Welcome to Team Fortress 2. My gaming name is my cousin Vinny, and today I'm going to give a short demonstration of defensive sentry locations in the map 2 Fort. 2 Fort is a capture the flag map. Many servers run this 24/7. This map is iconic and often polarizing. People like it, people hate it. I just wanted to do this demo. I often see new players or even experienced players place sentries in non-optimal locations, so if you're new to the game, I hope this helps you out. Disclaimer, I am not an expert engineer. I'm not an expert at this game either. I just like to play this for fun, and I thought that this would be helpful. So let's get started. So there are 3 different levels to the blue base. So I'm going to go over defensive locations in the blue base. There is the entry to the sewers down below in the water. I'm not going to go over sentry locations in the water. I just don't think it's optimal. It doesn't necessarily guard direct paths to the intel, because if you are the only engineer and you have a sentry down there, the red team can come into these entries in the main level and then up in the battlements up there and just have a direct path to the intelligence. So currently I have the sentry in the front right main level entrance. I see players place it here on the right side. I see them place it there on the left side with the dispenser back behind there. This is not optimal. If you do have another engineer on your team and they have a sentry in the what we call the sweet spot of this map, then sure, go ahead, have fun. A lot of players like to place them on the battlements. These are not optimal locations, but I just wanted to show you the sentry and where that sentry is located right now. So I'm in the blue base and I'm currently looking at the dispenser and sentry. Normally a dispenser is located closer to the sentry, not necessarily exactly beside each other, but enough so that I have position and I can hit the sentry to, repair it or to restock it with ammo. So this is not the most optimal. Let me go to another position.
I'm moving this.
You can place a sentry here to cover the front, or here to cover the front and the sewer stairs if the red team is coming in. This is one of the more iconic positions that I'm going in. This second location, we call this the tire or the sink room. So what I'm doing is I'm placing the sentry in this location. Now this is not optimal. I don't consider this optimal unless you have another engineer and they have a sentry in the sweet spot. This could help stop the red from coming in offensively if you're wanting to cover the front or the sewer stairs. This is not optimal, but you can use this if you have another engineer in the sweet spot. So next I'm going to go into the sweet spot. Yes, I know I could carry it real quick if I wanted to.
Back it up.
Just saving my ammo. So this is probably the best or most optimal location for your sentry. I will talk about placement of the sentry in this little area here shortly. So when I place the sentry in this location, I'm covering both pathways to the intelligence. So one, I'm covering the straight stairs straight in front of me, and also I am covering the spiral. These are the 2 ways to get to the blue intelligence. So currently I have it pointing towards the courtyard and the straight stairs, and I have my dispenser here to block any scouts that have bunk, and this is a way to slow them down. A bunk scout is impervious for a short period of time, and this placement of the sentry in this direction helps alleviate that. Others might argue that you can place the sentry still to cover all positions by placing the sentry here.
Wasn't getting any lighter.
It is still what we call in the sweet spot, and it does cover the grate and the battlement entries here, and still also cover the courtyard and the straight stairs. If you have a lot of players or soldiers or demos coming in this direction, pointing the sentry in this direction will make it quicker to respond. So it still can respond if it's pointing the other way, but just not as quick. So this I normally do. This is the position that I'll have my dispenser and not also my sentry right here. So if I'm a soldier or a demo pyro or even a scout and I'm coming up through here, the sentry will still shoot at a red player that is trying to come through the grate. And then of course my dispenser's here just to slow things down. I'm going to go over 2 more spots that are not necessarily optimal, but you can still do it. You can place sentry anywhere if you want to. I'm not saying you can't do anything, but this is another place where if you have a sentry that is covering the courtyard, sometimes you might want to place a sentry here if you feel like the red team is coming in the front main levels from the left and from the right. You might want to place a sentry here to help you out. So this would be not a prime location, but if you have another engineer and they're also covering the courtyard, then that might be another possibility. Some engineers also like to place a sentry here. If you have one in the sweet spot way across in the hay room, you can place a sentry here if you want to. Not optimal, but it is another alternative to placing the location of the sentry. So I'm about done. I think I just wanted to review. This is a hay room. I consider this what we call the sweet spot, and the dispenser placed here in the spiral to stop scouts if you want to. This is beside the resupply, pointing towards the battlements and also pointing towards the grate. It still points towards the courtyard, but there are possibilities that a demo could just easily send some grenades up there, or a scout could also do bonk to come up here. The soldier can do a direct hit to the sentry, so it just depends on how you want to play. So that's it for me, and thank you for your time. If you have opinions, comments, please post them below, and have the best fun in this game, and I hope this helps out new players to this map. Thank you.